What's up, guys? So doing my whole project myself, I was searching the internet and found pretty much nothing that was really helping me figure out how to really do my crank seal. So of course this really does show a lot. It does. Kind of walks you through the steps, but I figured I'd show you guys a quick little tutorial on kind of how I'm doing mine, so that way maybe you guys would have the convenience of watching a video and seeing what it looks like. Now, keep in mind that this is a 2.7 liter, so it should be the same as a 2.5. Yeah, let's get to it. So guys, the first thing is, assuming you guys have already got your whole timing system off, and I also have my cam sprocket off there. So assuming you've got all that out of the way, and I had to take my condenser out of the way here as well, you're pretty much looking at this. And this is your crank bolt right here, and there's the crank gear right there. So to get it off, you essentially just have to crack it loose, but the challenging thing with this is you can't have the motor spin while you do it, especially if your timing's off already. You don't want to be spinning stuff around. We used a pipe wrench to wedge the gear, to hold it, and wedge it against our water pump. I'll show you here. We kind of just grip the outside there, and then this arm turns until it basically hits the water pump right here, and then that way you can crack this bolt loose. Now, if you can fit an impact on it, you can try an impact, but we had no luck with the impact gun, so we ended up getting a breaker bar. It is a size 22 socket, by the way. So we have a breaker bar here with a pipe over it, so that makes it almost 3.5 feet.
Breaker bar, jack handle, and then
that
gas line.
That pipe. So essentially we needed about 5 to 6 feet of it really to get a good leverage on it to crack it loose. So we put it on there, and we cracked that bolt loose. And it wasn't too hard with all that leverage we had on it. You just really got to make sure you stop the whole motor from spinning while you crack that loose. I mean, I just saw a lot of people arguing on the internet about which way that bolt turns and threads. It is a normal thread. So clockwise is tightening it, counterclockwise is loosening it, and it's just that simple. So I picked up this harmonic balancer puller, and we'll see if this set can get this off here. So here I threaded the puller bolts directly into the crank gear here, and I just used 2. Couldn't really find a good spot for a third one, and my kit didn't include a good third one. So I'm actually hand turning this right now, and I'm pretty sure it's pulling it out pretty good, but I'll probably need to get a socket on it. Yeah, it's coming out. There you go. Pull her out. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of degreasing here. That way we can kind of get everything cleaned up for when we get this lower timing cover off and put it back on with the new seal. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to have to pull the intermediary pulley there. So this is what we're left with, and as you can see, there's this timing cover that goes all the way around here. We've got to pull that out in order to get our crank seal out and replace it. 2, 3, 4 bolts holding this timing cover piece on, and then there are 1, 2, 3 bolts from the oil pan going upwards into this cover that will have to loosen out as well. Remember, you really don't want to get anything nasty into your oil pan, so try and make it as clean as possible and just be as conscious of that as possible. So we're going to use the impact on this guy, see if it cracks it loose. There we go. So we're just using a screwdriver and kind of wiggling it off. You guys don't want to bend this piece, so just be very careful when you take off this intermediate sprocket. So under there, you can see the seal and the last 2 bolts, 1 and 2, holding the timing cover on. Alright, so got the timing cover off right here. Gonna clean it up a little bit and pop these seals out, get the new seals in there. So to remove these old seals, guys, I've been using sockets, and you want to find a socket that fits right against the seal but is not actually going to touch the actual bore or the cover there of this hole. So as you can see, this one fits pretty nicely. Let's see if I can get it out here. Oh, there it goes. So now we're going to clean this up and take the X-Acto knife and really clean out this area here, and also on the engine block before we put our new gasket with RTV on it and put all this back together. So now that I've got everything cleaned up, guys, you can see I've got my new seal here. Put a little bit of oil on there. You can put grease, multi-purpose, whatever you want on the edge of that seal. And go ahead and pick yourself up, if you don't have it already, a seal driver kit. You can get them online, Harbor Freight, auto parts stores. Super handy, and they really help you drive in the seal evenly, which is the most important part. And so there we go, guys. We've got both of our new seals in there, and we're gonna get ready to get the gasket set on it, clean the block, and get it all put back together here. Alright, guys, so I've got the new seals installed here and here. Put the timing cover back on. So to do this, you guys need to put silicone on both sides of the timing cover and then carefully slide it on. You might need some grease or oil to get the seals over the shafts. Just be very gentle not to damage them, not to damage the new seals. And then you need to like cross tighten all of these bolts on the timing cover before you tighten the bolts that come up through the oil pan there. So this is what we've got, and I hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions, just ask them below and I'll be sure to answer them.